Here we have two pig-faced orcs, old school AD&D style. Brownish green skin, the pig snout, and throwing down some lines here, sketch lines, on their own layer, using GIMP free software, free image editing software. Not using a drawing pad, using a mouse. I do have a drawing pad now, but I didn't when I made these. I got more refined lines going down on our own layer. And once we get the refined lines done, I get rid of the sketch layer. This guy is vibing a little bit with Michael Byrne from the movie Braveheart. Creepy sergeant that was one of the antagonists in that movie. Adding color. Put colors each in their own layer. Then I add shadows and highlights on their own layer. The colors, though, are meant to be changed out, as well as the iconography that's gone on the shield. This is the Bloody Hand logo for the orcs of the Bloody Hand clan, referenced in the old school AD&D Monster Manual. Probably World of Greyhawk, I would guess, because the Monster Manual was put out when Greyhawk was in its heyday. And then we've got the second orc sketch lines put down. I use a thicker brush because I'm using a mouse and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just general feel. We have a grid in the background to gauge height. This is supposed to be about 6 feet tall. And then we go on and make more refined lines. I get the straight lines on the shield from holding shift and dragging the mouse. So I'm not actually making straight lines with the mouse. I'm letting the program do the work for me. And then, I got those lines on the hair, for the hair on the head. I took those out in my finished lines here, but I add them in later after I've colored. And I save the line work so that I can change colors and create entirely different results as I need them. So if I want an illustration with, a green-skinned orc or a brown-skinned orc, I can come back to this and just change the colors out and save them. So here are the colors. They each go in their own layer like before. And then I changed the skin here. And also the eye color is red, notice that. Whereas my end results didn't end up with red eyes because I queried that to a lot of people and they told me, most of them told me they preferred regular looking eyes, not red ones. Even though I've always had a thing for improvision creatures having weird eyes to mark them out from normal. Here's some shading going down and highlights to give it more definition, and then there's some patterning like on the loincloth. It's looking dirty, and the skin has this texture on it that's got a bluish sheen, because that's also in the description of the Monster Manual, that their skin has a bluish sheen to it. The old AD&D one, that is. And then here on the finished product, I have this comparison between the eyes to show the red versus the quote-unquote normal. I mean, it's still kind of odd looking, but I don't know. I have a thing with eyes. I need to probably work on that somehow, or maybe do some practice. But of course, I don't do a lot of practice. Pretty much my practice is all end up being finished product, for better or for worse. So here's a bunch of the end results. I had 3 different orc tribes represented. Top left we had the Bloody Hand. Top right 2 were using the Evil Eye logo. Bottom left, Orcs of the Pomarch, right? They had the skull emblem for the Pomarch orcs. And then bottom right, those are just generic. I tried to make tribal colorations in their leather armor and stuff like that. But not much variation, but just a little bit. And then again, here we're back to the original. And this is, my process for creating, paper dolls, I guess you'd call them, in GIMP software. It's fairly easy. You can do this without much work. It's, maybe just a little bit of practice, but you can get good results pretty quick.